Welcome back to Anderson's Smoke Show. Today, we've got the Camp Chef SmokePro SG24 sent to us by Camp Chef. We're gonna unbox it, we're gonna assemble it, and we're gonna get this thing burned in. Stick around, see how we do it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so that you can keep up with the latest content. Be sure to like the video, write me a comment, let me know what you think. Now let's get this Camp Chef put together. All right, we're gonna go ahead and open up the Camp Chef here. All right. Well, might as well start unpacking a few of the pieces here. Right. That thing looks pretty sweet. Let's see what we got going on in here. We got all the legs, it looks like. I'm gonna start setting these off to the side a little bit. Looks like we got the axle for the wheels. Looks like the hopper lid. Got some grates here. Got some stainless. Those are some coated grates. The big drip tray there. Looks very similar so far to the Camp Chef Woodwind Wi-Fi. The instructions have to be in here somewhere. I'm assuming that they're probably in this box right here. The wheels got some handles, there's the chimney, and probably the instructions right there. And this is what we are looking for. Pellet grill and smoker instruction booklet. So we're gonna go ahead, find the first step here and get started. All right, here we are. Take two with the Camp Chef SmokePro SG24. Yesterday we got caught in the rain just as we unboxed it. We're gonna get this thing put together today. Let's do it. So I've got the assembly instructions here. Camp Chef has labeled and bagged all of the screws, bolts, nuts, axle wheels, knobs, everything, which is great. So as we work through this assembly, you'll be able to easily identify the parts here. I got some screwdrivers set aside. Let's go ahead and dig into this assembly. So we are looking at step one. We want to attach the legs as shown. So it says to flip the grill upside down on a blanket or cardboard. I've got a blanket here in my truck, perfect for this situation. A little dirty, but it's what it's in the back of my truck for. And I'm gonna get the cameraman here to help me. All right, so I've got the legs here. Let's go ahead and start opening these out of the plastic. All right, I do see there are a couple differences through each of these. And it shows, looking here at the assembly instructions, the legs closest to the hopper have this little plate on the bottom. There are no real differences between either one of them, so we should be able to get them assembled. Looking at the instructions here, each leg is going to require 2 M8 by 20 bolts and 2 M8 locking washers. So, go ahead and load these up in my pocket here. That should be enough right there. These are, they even included an Allen wrench here. Let's go ahead and get these legs put on. So it calls for that M8 bolt with an M8 locking washer. We're gonna slide this into place here, and I'm gonna get these started by hand. So these legs here are at an angle, which makes it really challenging to get the grill put together, laying on its back. So I'm gonna have the cameraman help me hold this up while I get the legs attached. All right, so we've got the axle here. We've got the wheels. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, get one of these put into place. Just gonna tighten this by hand as much as I can. And then I'm gonna need the cameraman here to help me stand this up just a little bit so I can get the wheel on the other side. Get yourself a partner and stand the grill upright. There we go. That looks pretty nice. So the next step is to attach the chimney and chimney cap. So in the bag with the chimney, we've got the chimney cap, we've got the gasket, we've got the chimney itself. Let's go ahead and get this started. We'll screw this into place. We'll just tighten that down a little bit. All right, we've got the gasket. And if the assembly is like it was for the Woodwind, the screws are already on the back. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna preload one of these screws in here along with the gasket. I'm gonna set the other 2 screws into my pocket. And I'm gonna get into here and just get this screw started, just like so. And I'm not really concerned quite yet about the alignment of that gasket. And once we get this one in, we'll tighten it down all the way and go through and tighten the other 2 screws as well. It is time to install the handle as shown. So we've got a heat deflector, an M6 handle screw, and the handle itself along with the handle bezel. These holes here will go closest to the edge of the lid, basically like so. So let's go over there, grab all my pieces and parts here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. You're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver to get this started, and I'm just I just want to tighten this just enough to where it holds it in place. I can feel that the screw is now caught there. So I'm going to put this bezel here on the handle again. We're going to go from this side here, and we're going to line this up. Handle's nice and sturdy. All right, let's go check out the instructions. All right, so next step is to install the hopper handle as shown. So if I look here at the diagram, I've got the handle, then a rubber washer, then a fender washer, then a locking washer, and then the M6x15 bolt. And it looks like everything is already packaged together. Now, according to the instructions, it appears that you've got the bolt, you've got the locking washer, and then this fender washer go on the inside. Then on the outside, we've got this rubber washer. And go ahead and tighten this by hand, just to snug it up a little bit, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now here is the next step. Install the hopper lid. As shown, we need an M4x10 screw. Now I learned before putting this together that these screws can be a little bit of a challenge to get in. So I'm going to take a couple things with me here first to kind of prep the work area. Why don't you come over and check it out. So I had a problem before where I dropped a few screws down in here while I was installing this hopper lid. So I'm going to pack some paper up in here to prevent that. Now the challenge comes here where you have to line these up and get the screw started from inside of the hopper. Need a little assistance from the cameraman here. What we're gonna do, he's holding the lid and I'm gonna hold the hinge tight so that I can get the screw started here. There we go. And let me get the other screw in. Line that up and just get that started by hand here. Get the screwdriver in place. We'll tighten that hopper lid down. Go ahead and snug this one up just in case it wasn't already. Oh, we got a little bit more. There we go. That hopper works just fine. So the next is going to be the shelf brackets. I'm going to go grab those. All right, so it's showing that we want to install them like so that the upper grate bracket here is towards the top. This groove up here, you want to go towards the top, and we're just going to essentially line these up and put the screw in from the outside. Get started. So if you're working with any of the Camp Chef grills and you see one that has this SG, that stands for slide and grill. And it's a technology that they've got. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like. You've got a knob on the outside to access. When you pull the knob out away from the grill, it opens up in here and gives you that direct wood fire grilling experience. You can slide this in or push the knob all the way in, and that creates an indirect heat. All right, so next step is to install the side shelf. If you just got the grill without the Sidekick, this is the step you're gonna follow. And that is using 5 of the M6x15. We're gonna go ahead and take that over here. Just like we did with the chimney, we're not concerned about alignment quite yet. We just want to go ahead and get some of these screws started. And go ahead and do it like so. And I'll come over here and get this one started. Grease bucket time. And this just hangs down here. Time to install the ash cup as well. And one of the major differences between the SmokePro SG and the Woodwind is that the Woodwind has a placard here that says Camp Chef. And with that being there, you actually can't see this ash cup and you have to reach up underneath. Whereas with this, you can actually see the ash cup. It goes in place just like so. Next step, we are going to install the drip tray. This edge here goes closest to the grease bucket, and this edge catches up on this lip here. All right, let's go ahead and get this grease tray put in place. We want this little edge here to go to the left side of the grill, and this larger edge here to go towards the right side of the grill. And we want this lip to catch this lip right here. Next step here is to install the warming rack and cooking grates. Let's go ahead and grab those. The coated racks here go on the bottom. Like so. Where these stainless racks go on the top. This knob here is for the burner clean out. We're just going to screw this in place here, right to the left of that grease bucket. And this here is to clean the burn chamber out, and you want to do this before every cook and to make sure that all leftover pellets and ash fall down into that ash cup. This knob works the same way, but this is for the hopper clean out here. Same function, you pull this lock up here, you pull the knob out, and that will release all of the pellets from the hopper. All right, so we got the grill knob here. That goes on the slide and grill feature. Just go ahead and tighten this in place. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in. I'm expecting that there's probably gonna be a firmware upgrade, so I already have the Camp Chef app on my phone. We're gonna come over here, turn the grill on, and I'm gonna come down here with my Camp Chef app. We're gonna go to the Bluetooth setting here. We're gonna say search for device, found new grill, connect. And we got 375576. Hit pair, continue, Wi-Fi networks. And we are connecting and registering the grill. Success, continue. Type the name here. We're gonna call this Anderson's Smoke Show. Rename. We're gonna go to settings here. We're gonna go to options, settings. We're gonna update grill. Your grill is up to date. So we should be good to get this thing going through the startup procedure. Camp Chef also provided me with some pellets. We're gonna go ahead and get this grill primed and ready to go. So I've got some of the competition blend pellets from Camp Chef. What we want to do is feed pellets into the grill with the auger. We got to prime the auger. So we're going to go over here first. We're going to pull that clean out and open that up. Then I'm going to come here to the controller and I'm going to rotate the selector until I hit feed. I'm going to click it to select it and the timer is going to count down. Faintly in the background I can hear the auger turning, and once we hear pellets start to drop into that ash cup, we're going to hit the button again to cancel feed mode. All right, we're hearing some pellets start to drop down into that ash clean out, so we're going to go ahead and cancel the feed mode. I'm going to go ahead and close this burner clean out, and we'll remove these pellets from the ash clean out. There we go, got a couple pellets, and so we don't waste them, we'll throw them back inside there. Put that back in place. All right, it's time for that initial burn-in. So we're gonna do that startup cycle, and you always wanna open the lid when you begin that startup. We're gonna come down here to the controller, and for the initial burn-in, we wanna run this at a half hour at 350 degrees. So we're gonna turn this knob until we get to 350 degrees, and hit set temp. Just for the hell of it, we'll go smoke setting 4. It's gonna start with the startup procedure. Once we start seeing smoke and we get some heat, we'll close the lid and let it go for a half hour at 350. All right, we made it through the startup procedure. The grill's getting hot. We're gonna go ahead and close the lid. We're gonna let it run at 350 to burn off any of the oils that were included when this thing was shipped. We'll see you in about a half hour. All right, so we've completed that burn-in phase, that half hour at 350 degrees. It's time to shut this thing down. So let's come down here. I'll show you how to do it. So we're gonna click on the wheel here and it'll bring up the menu. And we're going to go to shutdown. Click the button to select it. And you can see that the shutdown timer has started. At this point, it's gonna quit adding pellets and it's gonna keep the fan running for this 20-minute period. You wanna leave it plugged in, lid down, until this is completely shut off. So this is the Camp Chef SmokePro SG24 Wi-Fi. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon with a bunch of content on this Camp Chef.
Thanks again for tuning in to Anderson Smoke Show. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up with the latest content.